So now where are we headed?
Now we're going to the vet for Bob's checkup. It's been 4 months, a little over 4 months. We were supposed to go 2 weeks ago, but we got hurricaned out. So, yeah.
All right.
We're on our way.
See if they tell us they're going to take his eye out or not.
Yeah. Do you want me to drive?
No. Don't be rude.
Whoa, bird. Crazy.
Right.
State Farm is there.
I was just going to say, sing the jingle, Jen. Like what?
Here's to good friends. Oh, no.
That's Lowenbrow.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a
good neighbor. State Farm is there.
All right. Well, they've set up shop and they're trying to do what they're supposed to be doing. It'll be okay, Bob. This is Bob's, what, like 5th appointment
Something like that.
since he got
Look, he's
shot.
going back up there.
And it's been, we think, 4 months or 5 months.
He's gonna jump over that to the other end. Yeah, it's been 4 months.
4 months. This is Bob 4 months after being shot. He's gonna, what do you think they're gonna tell us? They want to take his eye out?
I don't know. They might say let's just wait and watch.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Will you go back in your safe place?
Yeah, I'm still checking it out.
You need a pet? You want a pet?
Hey. What are you doing?
Oh, there he is.
Hey, how are you?
Hey there.
We never met. We
I
just spoke
know.
on the
Nice
phone.
to
Good to
meet
meet you.
I'm Jay. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Hey, Bob. I really like you. You can stay handsome. But we can use over here, huh? No, it's really how obvious it is.
Doesn't it look so much better?
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever see him turning his head to the left to look. It's almost like you can see out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay. They haven't left you.
Mm-hmm. You're a good boy, Bobby.
Just checking pressures on the inside of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in on the cornea.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's shrinking.
Right, and that's a part of what's happened when you've suffered an injury to the eye. The eye pretty much sort of shrinks a little bit. But the issue that's coming up now is that the lower lid is rolling in, right?
Mm-hmm.
See how I pulled it out? When I release it, it's gonna, after a while, it's gonna start rolling in. And that hair is constantly rubbing on the cornea, so he's starting to get a little bit of a corneal irritation from that. The lubrication, the optics care will help with that a little bit, okay? So we'll keep him on that. My concern, and I bring this up again, and I don't know how married you are to this eye, but he's not visual. Okay, he has a cataract on the inside, that cloudiness that you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the risk of sarcoma,
Mm-hmm.
the tumor from trauma to the eye.
Pictures.
Okay, you know, my recommendation is going to be a little bit tricky for me to really monitor if he's starting to develop a tumor on the inside of the eye, primarily because of the cataract. Unless it gets really ugly, that's the only way I'm going to be able to confidently say, hey, there's something growing on the inside of the eye. I can ultrasound it, right, and, you know, kind of monitor and see what's going on. But sometimes when we start to see something ugly, it's probably too late. Because those tend to have a very high metastatic rate, meaning that it will spread to another organ. Okay, it can happen anywhere from 1 to 7 years after the injury, and so, you know, we can certainly sit and watch it, but know that there is a much higher risk for him developing a tumor on the inside that puts his health at risk, or we remove the eye because it's really not serving a purpose.
Yeah.
He's 5. He's young.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Before,
Definitely.
you know, waiting until he's 10 and then you're like, okay, maybe I should take it out now.
Yeah.
He is 5 years orbit where the eye sits. It's pretty deep, so I tend to put a little silicone round ball on the inside of the orbit where the eye was, and then I suture the lids closed over it, so when it heals, it doesn't sink in like this deep cavity.
Yeah.
It tends to just look a little flush and flat, like he's winking at you all the time.
Yeah.
And the silicone ball doesn't cause an irritation or
No,
problem.
I have, so I put in most, all, if not all, dogs and cats receive it. I've had maybe 1 or 2 in every 3 years that they will reject it, but it's because they're immunocompromised. So I had one dog diagnosed with lupus, but I didn't know that till after surgery, or, you know, it's usually an autoimmune disease that they have that they end up extruding it. But I haven't seen it in the cat, because again, it's so rare for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if that happens, then I can go back and take it out.
And once we're done, you think?
Yeah. A lot of
Okay.
times when you remove the, because the left eye has never been a problem, so
Yeah.
unless.
See that?
So this was before.
Oh, my poor baby. That was so traumatic.
And then it healed. I mean, that was within the span of like not 8 days, and it went to that. And then that was 2 weeks after. And then this is today. So here the lid is rolling in right here.
Yeah.
And it rolls in significantly because there's a lot of hair that's wet. So that tells you how much of it is rolled in. And there, the white that you're seeing, that's a cataract. Let me just see if they did some blood work.
That's good.
Yeah. But no, cats heal quickly.
Yeah.
It's just it's the risk of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't risk it, especially given how young he is and he's going to be around for a very long time. I wouldn't risk it on him.
Yeah. You're going to be a pirate, Bob.
All right. Head to the front. Let me find out if ER did, because I know we didn't do blood work, so I'm just going to ask them over there if they did blood work. If they didn't, then.
He's like, man, get me out of here. Done with this cat.
Okay.